You go to 2-0, 7-1 victory tonight over Houston Baptist. Outshot them 29-8. Was your team's performance as impressive to you as it was on the scoreboard?
No. We scored early. We became a little arrogant after that. We weren't super sharp for the next 20 minutes, gave a goal away, made it 1-1. And then McLaughlin scored towards the end of the first half, and then Eddie scored to end the first half to make it 3-1, so it looked more comfortable than it was at half. I wasn't overly pleased with, we need to be a bit more mature, have an older team, and you need to be when you're on top of the game, to allow a team to come back in when, in all reality, there's no business to do that. Showed a little bit of lack of maturity, but they turned it on the second half, and it's pretty convincing.
After the opener, Nicky Hernandez said he remembered how it felt to walk off the field a year ago with a loss. How much of the performance tonight was fueled by the idea of rectifying that?
No, I mean, you play the team that's in front of you. We were better physically, technically, and tactically than them. But, you still have to play. So, yeah, it felt good to win 7-1, and especially when we played as poorly as we did last year. There's a little extra fire and motivation to keep going when you're at 4-1 and 5-1.
You knew coming in that Houston Baptist would take a defensive stance a lot. How did you help your team sort of navigate the frustration that can come on facing that kind of scheme?
No, we knew exactly what it would be. We knew how they played. They've played the same way for a couple years now. It ends up being 4-2-4, and they man mark, and you either go through them or you go around them or you whip some crosses in. And we were able to play through at times through the midfield, but I thought we were able to play around to the outside backs and isolate 1v1 on the edges, and then at times we could just advance the center halves and whip in crosses, and that created problems too. So I think we solved that puzzle pretty well tonight.
You mentioned Garrett McLaughlin, who had a frustrating year personally last year. Had 3 goals all year last year. He had 3 tonight. How gratifying is it to you?
Yeah.
And how reassuring is it to you that you have that kind of a weapon maybe back to the level it was?
We knew it was back. He's been sharp all preseason. He was sharp at the end of the spring. He's a very important player to us. And Garrett is a top college striker. And when he gets going, he can light it up quickly. So he can create chances on his own. He can run behind. He can combine. He can do pretty much everything that you need out of a 9 at this level. And he has the ability to play beyond this for sure.
Eddie Manjoma for the last couple of years has been a significant part of your offense, racing up and down the sideline, creating chances with his serves from the corners. Now it looks like Nick Taylor's doing some of that on the other side as well with a lot of speed. What does that do for you to have twin threats like that on either side?
I mean, Nick's dangerous. It was his 21st birthday today, so he had a little extra motivation, and kind of let him go a little longer at the end, hoping he would get a goal. Nick's dangerous, and he can isolate 1v1, and he's very dynamic when he's running at players. So Nick's a good threat. Lane's basically fully healthy now. You got Luke Thompson as well. We have 4 very good wide players that all can isolate, run 1v1, good athletes. So we feel it's a good spot for us for sure.
When we spoke the other night, we talked a little bit about replacing last year's seniors, one of whom was Emil Quayshow, who took so many of your free kicks. Tonight, Eddie Manjoma scores on a free kick. Noah Hilt scores on a free kick. Nice bonus for you to have multiple options on that kind of thing, and tougher for others to scout you?
Yeah, I mean, Eddie hits a really good ball. He hits 20 of them a day at least after training. Like, he wants to get better at it, and he strikes a good ball, and he rolls it over the wall well, and he can put them to either side, and he's a dangerous threat there. Noah can hit a good free kick. Canute hits a good ball. There's enough guys. Gabriel hits a good ball too. So there's enough guys that we will have somebody on the field that can put a very good ball on frame.
Game 3 Friday night. St. Louis is coming to town. Anything extra for you being your hometown school?
No, I mean it's home. They recruited me. I looked at the school. My father played there, you know. So, I mean, it's interesting. My parents will be in town and all that and have some family here, but I know the staff well. There's some good guys. I know they're recruits. You know, a lot of the kids play for the club that I played for, but at the end of the day, like, it ain't about me, right? I mean, if it's not extra motivation, I don't impact the game a whole lot once it gets going. You know, we'll train exactly the same as we always do. I'll stand here and I'll make a couple substitutions, hopefully bark some orders and clap and jump up and down when we score, you know. So, motivation for me is really not needed. It's how do we prepare the team and get them ready for Friday night, which we think will be one of the top games of the year.
What's it like for your dad, his team playing against his son's team?
I think there's absolutely no doubt who he wants to win.